I'm ready to go. I don't have much to say, so I'll just let you fire away.
Go first to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hey, Coach. Brad, I'll have a quick thing just following up. When you were already down Hitch and Wilson, and then Neiman goes down, I just was curious in game what you were thinking and what you quickly relayed to your coaches and some of the reserve players.
Yeah, it was a little hectic there, but I'll tell you what, Matt and Britt Reed do a good job getting those guys prepared. We knew that could happen. It's funny though. I give Darius Harris a lot of credit. He practiced all week long at Sam linebacker because we anticipated Ben being the Mike, and then all of a sudden he had to switch. But he's put a lot of time into things last year when he was on IR. Spent a lot of time learning. I thought he performed pretty well. From a check standpoint, he did a pretty good job with that. And that's what the Mike linebacker needs to do. So, yeah, was it a little hectic early? Yeah, we kind of settled in, and I thought he did a nice job.
And then Willie, of course, gets a lot of attention being the high draft pick. Extended look. Was just curious your thoughts on his game. Yeah,
no, same thing. What Willie does is he plays fast. He plays fast and he's physical, and that's what you want in your linebackers. There's still a learning curve here. I think that's true of anybody that plays that particular position in year one. And again, I go back to not having an off season and whatnot, but we're getting him caught up. He's certainly going to see a lot of football now, and that's a good thing for him.
Go next to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Coach. 2 questions for you. First one, you've worked now with Eric Bieniemy for a few years. I'm just curious, what is it with tis the season for coaching rumors and interviews and all of that. What is it about EB that you think would make a good head coach?
Well, listen, first of all, I think a lot of that has to do with character. He's a character guy. He's worked for a great head coach. I mean, I think that has a lot to do with it. But, I'm not on that side of the ball much. I love it. EB as a person. I see him interact with the guys. I think he's terrific. So all the power to him. I wish him the best if that happens for him.
Go next to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Coach, obviously you've seen Justin Herbert already, back in week 2. But as you look at the tape of him as he's progressed in this rookie season, what impresses you the most of what the Chargers have in him as a future quarterback?
Yeah, Herbie, it's interesting because I go back and look at that first game, and you would think the first game was a little bit of a struggle, and all of a sudden he got better and better. But he came out of the blocks and played really well. I mean, he was impressive in week 2. He's still impressive now. I think he's legit, felt that way when we came out of the game. And he certainly has proven that to be true with all the touchdown passes. I know they got a tremendous amount of confidence in him. I think everybody says the same thing. He's a better athlete than I think people gave him credit for. I have nothing but great things to say about him. I think he's eventually going to be one of those real elite quarterbacks in this league.
Go next to Harold Kuntz. Go ahead, Harold.
Hey, Steve. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah.
Good.
You look like you're dressed for it already.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I always do. I do my best on New Year's Eve. But my question to you simply, you're going to have about 20 days off pretty much for the starters here. Do you feel that you can get the work you need to get in to improve on anything you need to improve defensively throughout practice with all the injuries and everything going on? Or you still want to kind of get those guys some game reps? How do you feel in that position?
Yeah, we've talked a lot about that. We want to stay oiled up or stay ready. We certainly don't want to go backwards. We want to go forward. I think Coach Reed's done a great job putting a plan together. I think our guys embrace it. It's a lot of trust in our players, right, and what they do. And I think they've handled things to this point really well, and hopefully they continue that way.
We've got 3 hands up left. We'll start with Darren Smith. Go ahead, Darren.
Hey, Coach. Happy New Year's to you as well. 2 questions for you. One, as Sarah said, you might, your players are going to be off 20-some days depending on who you decide to rest. Those players who have contract incentives, where they need to play certain snaps, things like that, does that go into play into whether or not you all play some of the players in week number in Sunday's game? And then I have a follow-up after that.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It goes in. It doesn't get nothing. That doesn't come into play at all. Whatever Coach Reed says who's going to play, we go with it. But I haven't even thought about that at all, to be honest with you.
Coach, we'll go back to Matt Derrick here. I think he had a follow-up for you. Go ahead, Matt.
Okay.
Hey, Coach, I was going to ask you about you yourself. You've been a head coach in this league before. Do you have any interest in being a head coach again?
Certainly. Yeah. I mean, look at the fire burns in me for that. I had that one opportunity. Things didn't work out. But, yeah, I mean, listen, I'm I want to say this, but I'm really happy with the job I got. So I'm good there, but certainly would love that opportunity. Yeah, would embrace it.
Go next to Matt McMullen. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Coach. When you have a game like this where you can get guys out there who maybe aren't your starters, and you can evaluate them and see how they can do against live reps, how exciting is that for you as a coach and a talent evaluator?
Especially in this year where we didn't really have any preseason. There's some guys that we just don't have a feel for in terms of being in the heat of the battle when it's real. So I think that'll be real exciting to see some of the guys execute under pressure, learn a game plan, execute a game plan. I think that's all important. And I think our guys that are going to play in this game, I think they realize that. I'm anxious to see them perform.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Steve, Happy New Year. Wanted
too, Adam.
about, hey, I know you're trying to win on Sunday. I'm not questioning that, but certainly the games that will follow are bigger for the Chiefs. Is it kind of tough to serve both masters, if you will, try to win this game and yet do what you need to do to get prepared for the playoffs?
There's a little bit of that. I mean, the preparation now for the playoffs is going to come down to who we're going to play, and we certainly don't know that right now, and there's so many scenarios. So it's kind of just focused on fundamentals right now. To me, more than anything, we just want to make sure we stayed oiled up, for lack of a better way to say it. I think guys got to go out when they practice, and we did it today. They got to strain a little bit. You know, you certainly don't want to have that much time on your body, and then all of a sudden, 20 days from now, be going 100 miles an hour. That's not good. So I think our guys understand that, and Coach Reed put together a good plan. So we're glad we got the situation we have, and again, anxious to see what some of these guys can do in this game. But you're right, Adam, we still want to win the football game, and we still want to perform well on defense. We really do.
Appreciate that, Coach Spags.
Okay.
We'll see you soon.